What is going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today I want to talk about SoFi. A lot of things are happening with SoFi, and as you can see on the live ticker to the left, it is down big time today. So I'm going to break that down for you, but there is a positive catalyst out of everything, and like I said, I'm going to break that down for you. But before we get into any of that, all I ask, smash a thumbs up, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Greatly appreciate that. If you do like my channel and support the growth, take a look at my memberships, link in the description below, or just hit the join button at the bottom of the screen. So with that said, let's get right to it. So looking at this intraday chart, there's a lot of similarities to what's happening today that happened after hours. So you can see a big spike down, then we did recover. I do anticipate that exactly happening today as well, and that hands down is why I bought. So I did buy more SoFi today, couldn't resist it. I bought it at $8.10. It is what it is, but like I said, it does look like we are already recovering, and at the end of the day, there is a lot of positives despite everything. So in case you do not know, SoFi did cut their guidance by $100 million. So that is a very big deal, because especially news and estimates about as far as the student loans being extended, every single quarter that it did get extended, SoFi would hypothetically lose between 30 to 35 million of lost revenue. But right here you can see it is 100 million. So that definitely is a lot more than expectation. But at the end of the day, there still is a huge amount of positives when it comes down to SoFi. But first, just want to go over the live ticker. So you can see it is currently at $8.06, down roughly about almost 8%. That's a very big sell-off. In my opinion, a little bit more overdone. And looking at the volume, 23 million, so huge day. So most likely today will be at least 100 million plus. So a very big day as far as volume. 46 is the average, and 4.6 million shares being purchased by institutions and hedge funds just today alone. So clearly a lot of big money is buying this dip. And when it comes down to it though, there is a lot of analysts that are still verifying and validating that despite the guidance cut, it is still a good buying opportunity. So you can see right here, I'm not going to butcher their name, but they do still think that SoFi is going to recover and is still a great buying opportunity. And this analyst does have a price target of $14. It goes on to say that ultimately things will recover, and there is a lot more analysts as well that do have a fairly high average price target. And also this does go over other ratings and things like that, because obviously this is tip ranks. So of course the article is a little bit more prioritizing about that. But at the end of the day, this still is a very big deal, because analysts are still reiterating, still do believe that SoFi is a great buying opportunity. And I think the very important key takeaway is that these are actually true analysts that actually do believe in SoFi. They're not like Bank of America or Morgan Stanley that instantly just downgrade SoFi based on no validation whatsoever. So I do strongly feel there is a lot of positives and that this is a great buying opportunity. But keep in mind though, I am not a financial advisor, so do your own due diligence at the end of the day. But looking at short interest, I just want to go over this. So 1698 is the short interest, down roughly about 2%, and day by day change, it actually is up 0.38%, which works out to be 1.02 million shares being additionally shorted. Cost to borrow average is 2.7. But there was some interesting things that did come from more so yesterday as well. I did do a lot of posts on Twitter, so if you don't follow me, make sure you do pop over. And I did do a post to bring up the manipulation, because there still is a lot of manipulation when it comes down to SoFi, and you can tell that based on this. So this was a screenshot of basically this information, and you can see right here, cost to borrow minimum. This isn't the first time it's been like this. It is actually negative. What that ultimately means is that brokerages are actually paying people to short SoFi. That hands down is pure manipulation, and I have brought that up several different times, especially in videos as well. But that definitely does show, even as of yesterday, manipulation is still lingering with SoFi, and I do strongly feel and watch out for short interest. Short interest most likely will go up today because the broader market is very much green, but they are going to take advantage of this information that came out for SoFi. So that is something for us to keep in mind. But overall, this is exactly why I decided to buy today, because it is a very big deal. This is going to be a very big stock, and when it came down to it though, we already anticipated this news. This news was going to come out one time or another, and obviously the extension news did come out yesterday. So it's obviously justified that they are already forecasting their guidance cut. So in the end though, it obviously was anticipated to some degree. I think it's just a little bit more of a shock saying that it's 100 million versus kind of more so the 30 to 35 million. But it is what it is, right? We can't really change that. And at the end of the day, I'm just going to break it down and do some technical analysis. So right now I have the 50, 100, 200-day moving averages, Bollinger Bands, RSI, stochastic, and momentum. So starting with momentum, you can see number of buyers is down, so definitely scaring a lot of retail investors from today. Stochastic, there is a big deviation, so red line above the black showing a bearish sentiment. RSI is currently at 37, and looking on the actual chart, we are still outside the Bollinger Band, so that's something for us to keep in mind. And more so just bringing up the Fibonacci. So right now we are currently at $8.14, exactly right above the S1. So we are trading between S1 and the pivot, and this is a very big deal. So $8.05 is something to watch for where we actually close today. If we close below that $8.05, then most likely we do anticipate a little bit further of a downtrend, possibly new 52-week highs coming, but that is something that I do strongly feel is going to be short-term noise. Like I said, I did buy in today, but when it comes down to it though, this is a very long-term play. I know there's going to be a lot of big things coming from SoFi. Just when it comes down to these innovative companies, it's going to be a very bumpy ride, very volatile ride, so you need to be comfortable with very heavy swings. So like I said, it is what it is. This news was a little bit more anticipated, again, not to the degree of 100 million, but still, clearly a lot of big institutions and hedge funds and a lot of individuals out there really like SoFi at these prices, and you can tell that based on the live ticker to my left. So like I said, 5.2 million shares being purchased by institutions and hedge funds today alone, so that is going to be something to really watch for. But with all that said, let me know your thoughts on SoFi in the comments below. If you haven't already, smash the thumbs up, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, greatly appreciate that. If you do like my channel and support the growth, take a look at my memberships, link in the description below, or just hit the join button at the bottom of the screen. With all that said though, I appreciate you guys watching. Let's all make a lot of money on SoFi.